Oh my god, is that it? Hello, welcome back. So today I'm doing a 6-month review of my Vitus Sommet CRX. Ignore the Vans, forgot my riding shoes today, it's going to be fun. But I've had this bike since summertime and I was always thinking I'll ride it for a while and then share my thoughts on it. I did do a review when I first got the bike, first ride, which I'll put a link in the description to if you want to see that. Quickly go over what I've got on the bike and then we'll just go for a ride, chat about how it climbs, how it descends, what I like about it, take it from there. So what have I got? The frame, it's a carbon front triangle alloy rear in British racing green. It comes with Shimano XT 4-pots. I've put on my Hope V4s. It came with a Brand X dropper, 125. I've put on my 150mm Oneup components dropper. We've got full factory Fox suspension, 170mm travel, the Nukeproof Horizon V2 wheelset, and I've put on Michelin Wild Enduro tyres. What else? Shimano XT 12-speed drivetrain, got on my Nukeproof Sam Hill pedals, and I think that's probably all I can say about it. Mullet setup, works amazing for me, and it's a cracking bike. I've absolutely loved riding this. Haven't actually needed to touch anything on it since I got it. It's worked perfect. So let's go, I'll talk about how it climbs and we'll hit a couple of trails. So on the climb now, the bike climbs surprisingly well. I always think an enduro bike, they never climb too well, but coming off a Saracen Aerial from a few years ago which climbed horrifically, it feels really efficient. There's not much bob in the linkage at all, so you can just transfer the power straight through the bike. And they've got a flip chip as well, so if you are wanting to go out and do some more cross-country days, you can do that and it'll increase the head angle and also the bottom bracket drop, so it's pretty good. Last thing to say about the climbing that I really like, you really feel like you're on top of the bike. The seat angle for me is just perfect. Vitus say when they designed the bike they considered the seat angle when the shock was sitting in travel, and I think that probably is why it's so good. The last bike I felt like I was really sitting behind the bike and every pedal stroke was effort. It's been really good for racing in that sense, because when you do need to do long transitions between stages, you don't lose so much effort just getting around, and that's probably one of the most important things in this bike for me. So let's hit a few trails and talk about descending.
Oh my god.
Life in Scotland. Oh god. Oh my. Oh, gross. Oh, thick. Wow. This is why I run Michelin's Slop Fest. Right, we're going into a trail called High Definition. Oh, tasted puddles. Right, got Roxy in between us here. So I'm riding in my Vans. I'm going to be taking it easy. Very, very strange riding in Vans. Feel everything. So what I love about this bike is that it's super playful, like really playful, but it feels so stable at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like you feel like you can really move it about. Part of that's probably because it's a mullet, but it's just so quick and so fun. Stay. Okay. Right, so I just did a bit of session and dropping across to low depth. the next trail. Whew. Yeah, this thing is just, it's awesome on the corners. The geometry is just really, really nice. It's relatively normal, I would say. So it's not too long a bike. And it just feels good everywhere. And that means I didn't really need any time to get used to it. Like literally the first ride, it felt amazing. And I felt already quicker on it. I've been doing a lot of races on it this year as well. Vitus have sponsored me for racing this season. And it just felt so at home on it. Definitely improved my times. Oh man, awesome. Good girl. Got a trail pal here. Good girl. Right. Alright, set off again. So just waiting for Thomas. Could be a dog waiting somewhere here, so let's hope not. Oh my god. Into the chutes. Handles the steeps really well too. Feel really supported at all times. And it gives you so much confidence. Whew. That's good.
Good. All right.
Oh no! That's the line you don't want to end up on.
Keep going. I can't see.
Back! Not gonna work. Oh, look at Roxy diving over all the puddles, hopping them all. Get up here. Woohoo! I don't like this dog being in front. She usually goes behind because she just suddenly stops. Wants to check you there and that's it. Still here, Roxy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Roxy, come. So that's us down. What do I like most about this bike? I've got to ride it in some amazing places this year. In summer, had it in the Alps for a good few weeks, doing like 15-minute descents. Raced it all over Scotland, the UK, and it's just never missed a beat. It's really low maintenance. It's really fun to ride. The mullet setup has been a game changer for me. Coming from a 27.5 before, this big wheel up front it's made my riding totally different. It's much faster. It's quick in the corners though, and it just wants to go all the time. The first ride is a bit like wow, so I really enjoyed that. I also really like that Vitus have a completely race ready bike out the box. My last bike and bikes before that, I always felt like there was a compromise and something that I really needed to change. So like my last bike, it came full enduro rig, but it had 2-pot brakes, and I went out to the Alps and the brakes just died on me, they faded. Whereas Vitus, like every single thing, you don't need to change it. You may want to, personal preferences, as I've done, but you can race this and you can have a cracking good time on it. A really good bike. So I've really enjoyed riding it. 6 months in, wouldn't change it at all, and I'm really looking forward to taking it through the winter, putting it through paces in all the slop in the mud. So hope you enjoyed that. Any questions on the bike, happy to answer them based on my experience with it. And if you're new to the channel, want to see more riding, racing, hit subscribe, and if you liked the video then hit that like button.